Welcome back to Life and Living. I'm joined in the studio now by Ann South, who is the chairman of the New Jersey Credit Union Foundation, and they've started a financial literacy project that's called Reality Fairs. Welcome to the program, Ann.
Well, thank you.
What are Reality Fairs? Reality
Fairs are an experiential learning type of a program, like the game of life. We have the students select their dream job, as if they're coming from a high school background, and what they'd like to do in life. We assign them a credit score, whether it be a really bad credit score or medium or high, and then they go from in experiential living from a table to table to table, learning about their rent or housing, furniture, car payments, cell phone, social life, all different types of things, and they write that down through a budgetary process, extrapolate that cost into what their job was supposed to earn them, and see if they're on target, and they have to make living adjustments so they can learn.
So essentially you're throwing them into real world by telling them this is what your life could look like, will probably look like, especially if they have the low salary coming out of school, and here are all the things that you're going to have to manage.
Of course.
And how do they do?
Actually, they do very well. They enjoy the experience, of course, because they're not sitting in the classroom learning, and they're experiencing the learning. They do a curriculum prior to coming to the reality fair, and then the teachers bring them into a curriculum out of the reality fair in the days to follow, and it really gives them a good life experience and gives them a reality check, so to speak.
Okay, you say they do very well, but this is a very controlled environment.
Yes.
And they're not out in college on their own without their parents' supervision, where credit cards are being thrown their way and all kinds of other temptations and very real world experiences are coming at them. Do you think that there's a major disconnect right now in the way that we're sending our kids to school, hoping that they're prepared for the real world, and the way that they're actually prepared?
I think in the recent past, yes. Only recently the financial literacy curriculum has been required for the students to graduate.
In the state of New Jersey?
In the state of New Jersey, and that's really a great thing. That's one reason that we're moving into some college campus scenes, because some of those students had never had this education and they really need it. We've also gone into different places like the Juvenile Justice Commission and done some reality fairs for those type of individuals.
Why was this never a part of the curriculum?
I think that it was at some point in time, and then we get on a tangent and talk about standardized testing and all that kind of thing, but we hold out the discussion. But I think it fell to the wayside, and now we needed to bring it back as a requirement, because it's a life thing, and we're supposed to be preparing our kids to live in the outside world and not to be, in a cocoon. So,
in a tough economy, kids are graduating, and I think that with reality shows and what kids are surrounded by in terms of images, they might have a very unrealistic expectation of what their life and their salary is going to look like. So how do you prepare kids to make those tough choices?
Well, reality fairs are one of those really good ways. I think if the parents also joining in on those conversations and making sure that the children realize that, even though things might be really nice at home, it's a struggle and budgets are important.
Is there an age that's too young to start having this conversation with our kids?
No, I think that even first grade kindergartners can have a small allowance where they're taught, the three basics of spending, which is saving, spending, and then charity. And then saving, goes to a bigger goal. And then you allow the children to set those goals and to do those things.
What do you think for young adults what do you think the spend account looks like right now versus the save and the charity?
Oh, for young adults who are on their own, there probably are a lot of frivolous spending, a lot of entertainment, a lot of hair and nails and prom dresses and expensive things,
And what about for adults? Because there are a lot of adults who went into the world without the advantage of these reality fairs and the education that you're talking about. Do you think that, and this is a bigger discussion, but do you think that in some way this has contributed to the state of our economy and where we are with people really being out of control with their finances?
I think it's a possibility. It was, I really feel strongly about financial literacy and how important it is in life. I was taught financial literacy myself from a very young age, and I realize how much it has benefited me, and I'd like to be able to share that with it. And it's one of the reasons that I volunteer with the foundation and do the work that we do.
So what has the impact been so far with the New Jersey Credit Union Foundation, and how many schools have you reached so far?
Oh, over the few years that we've been doing this, we've reached close to 25 to 30 schools, over 3,000 students. Our main concern and our main issues are funding. We're funded through donations only and through hard work of fundraisers and things like that, and we just don't have enough money to be everywhere. We have much, much more asks by schools than we have the funds to go into it. So we're looking for a lot of funding to help us.
Yeah, absolutely, and with a foundation, it's not easy to get those dollars, but this is important. And with 611 school districts, I believe we have in the state of New Jersey.
And to only have touched 30, and then some of them have been multiple years, so we're really not even scratching the surface, and we'd love to be in each school.
There's a lot more that we can do. Ann South, Chairman of the New Jersey Credit Union Foundation, thank you so much for bringing this to us. We need to go and talk to our kids, and let's be honest, we need to make some changes ourselves.
Most likely all of us could.
Absolutely. Ann South, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Joanne.